Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Tower of Babel podcast. As always, I am Julian Meush. I'm joined by Rachel Wilkinson.
Hi.
And we are going to be talking about today the summer movie wager. I know it's a little late. Typically, the summer movie wager technically ends after Labor Day, which was like 2 months ago. Well,
Yeah.
a month and a half, we'll call it.
Welcome to Tower of Babel. We're late with everything always.
Hey. Don't say that out loud. We all work full time. Well, most of us work full-time jobs and or take care of children.
Okay, I was just going to say, like, you have to include me in that. I work more hours than you do right now, so.
Would you consider that as a mother you work 24/7? Is that how that works?
Yeah.
Are you working while they're sleeping? Is that how that is that?
He doesn't sleep very long. Okay. He sleeps for like 2 hours at a time, and then he wakes up, and then I have to cuddle him.
Listen, as a non-father parent,
yeah,
I don't know, but this seems a little disingenuous to claim that you work 24/7. But
whatever.
You know.
Imagine if your dog woke you up every 2 to 3 hours and needed things.
He did wake us up at 5 a.m. the other day for no reason. Like, he was just like freaking out at 5 a.m. and it's not clear. We're still not sure why that happened, but anyway. Anywho, so yeah, I guess let's sort out a couple things, lay a little bit of groundwork here. So yes, we are late technically with the results, but the results came in at the end of after Labor Day. They've been there waiting for us to talk about them. Ahsoka has been on since then, and we were covering that week to week. If you did like that show and were watching it, please go check out our content. That's on the Small Screen Star Wars feed. Or if you're listening to this as part of the main feed, it should be here as well. But that meant that some of the regular shows were taking a back seat. That being said, we're going to get back into a regular swing of things as much as we can. Which is why we're going to do this kind of summer movie wager check-in, talk about the movies that were from the summer of 2023 and kind of where they fell into the old box office lottery. But there's a couple other things to note. Obviously, it's October, so as part of our Patreon exclusive film club, we're going to be doing Donnie Darko before the end of the month. So stay tuned for that. That'll be in the Patreon, patreon.com/Tower Babblecast. And then, again, back into a more regular cadence. There's no Star Wars shows on the near horizon. We got Skeleton Crew coming at some point. I can never remember when the premiere of that is supposed to be, but it's not imminent. So we got a little bit of time before the next major show. So we'll do some stuff. Go back to cover some of the more traditional movie news stuff. You know. So Netflix raised their prices again. We'll talk about that, how stupid that is, and other things. But mostly it's just me being annoyed by the state of the streaming world. Seems to be the typical content that we've been putting out on the main feed. But we'll try to spice it up with a few other things. I have actually seen a lot of really interesting movies as of late, including Father of the Bride, which I've never seen before, which is very funny. I also saw Totally Killer on Amazon Prime, which is that like time loop horror comedy. Very funny.
Oh, is it good? Okay.
Oh yeah, I would recommend it. Yeah.
Okay.
Loki season 2 has started. There's stuff to talk about there. The Continental, that John Wick show,
Right.
Start to talk about. I've also been watching the Morning Show season 3. Do you have Apple TV Plus, Rachel?
I do not. No, that's one of the ones that I don't have.
Okay. Because the Morning Show is an absolutely unhinged television show. Absolutely crazy how much happens in one episode. It's like, I don't want to say it's like a soap opera. It's like much better than that, but
okay,
they really bite off more than they can chew. It's just a wild ride. That show is. So anyway, there's lots to talk about. We'll get to that eventually. Not today, but there is lots to talk about. So let's get into the summer movie wager of it all. Before we do, just a couple quick things to mention. Follow us on Twitter /X at Tower Babblecast, Facebook.com/Tower Babblecast. We're recording live. Again, some of that technical difficulties continues as I'm working off my work computer here, which means that there's a bunch of work stuff happening in the background for me, but I'll try to ignore that during the show. And I'll have my regular computer back from repairs. This time I actually sent it into Dell to get fixed. So, and it wasn't cheap. So it's going to come back. We're going to get that fixed, and we're getting it back up and running in much more traditional audio video setup. But we're running off of kind of a backup, and it's actually going pretty good. So I'm not too upset. But again, just be aware as listeners, things might be a little bit different for the next little bit until I get my laptop back and we can get back into the swing of things. Patreon. Again, I mentioned that as part of the film club. That's exclusive to Patreon. If you want to help support the show, you can do that and help pay for my laptop to be fixed at Tower Babblecast on Patreon. So patreon.com/Tower Babblecast. And again, for as little as $5 a month, you get access to our film club. There's a Discord channel a server to join as well to hang out with us. So lots of stuff going on there in the background. So let's get into the summer movie wager. So here's how I'm thinking we're going to break this all down. Okay. I think we cover the movies that were like the top 10 movies of the year, and we talk about where we put them in our list or if we missed them entirely. And then once we get to the end, we'll reveal the scores and talk about some of the decisions that we made that were maybe less than great. Okay. How's that sound?
Yeah. Sure.
Okay. There's supposed to be technically a prize for the winner. We never agreed on what that would be.
No, we didn't.
Do you remember okay. So usually, like the way that and this is a game that we play along with the Filmcast folks. So the people over at the Filmcast, they do this every year. They have a website, thesummermoviewager.com. You can play along with that every year too. And so we use that to track our scores. And the way that they do it is that the winner gets to choose a movie for everyone else to watch. So we could do something similar. We'll decide when we get to the end and we reveal who's the winner. Okay.
Sure. So you know what's funny?
Any thoughts, comments? Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say that I'm pretty sure I still owe you a case of beer from 2 years ago when you beat me. But then I beat you last year, I'm pretty sure. So we're even now.
Okay. So a case of beer is typically on the line. I'm very much okay with that as a form of payment. Although I am taking a short dry spell right now as I do a bit of a cleanse. You know.
Okay.
You want to cleanse every once in a while, right before Halloween. And we actually are heading to Costa Rica in November, so I won't be dry.
Oh, gotta get shredded.
We'll just put it that way. Well, it's not really. That's not really what it's about. It's more about your gut health, Rachel.
Fair enough.
Alcohol is really hard on your digestive system, so you really want to give it some time to recover before you really hit it hard again. Okie doke. So let's get into this. We'll start at number 10. I guess before we get to number 10 on the box office, I'll mention the top three that didn't make. So 11 through 13. At 13 was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem. I think this movie, which grossed $107 million at the box office, this movie deserved better, in my opinion. I just think it came out a little late in the season for it to have like long legs,
Yeah.
For this to work for this game. Great movie though. Have you had a chance to see it?
No, I haven't, unfortunately. I only got to see one movie over the summer, so just Barbie.
My list of movies I've seen this summer, in theater and not theater, is quite long at this point. If I'm looking at my list, we're getting into like the 30s at this point.
Yeah. Holy.
Not all of them, of course, I've seen in the theater, but I haven't seen a movie in the theater in a while. I've been meaning to get out to see The Creator, which is obviously out in theaters right now. And my girlfriend's going to go see the Taylor Swift concert. That's like making a bunch of money at the box office.
Oh, yes, yes.
The Eras Tour show / movie.
Yeah.
Anyway, I can't speak highly enough about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem. It's an absolutely great movie. It's a top tier Ninja Turtles movie, but even just as a like animated film. It's very, very good. It kind of borrows in theme and style from the Spider-Verse movies, but it has a really killer cast. They use actual teenagers to play the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which is a little bit of a change, but I think it totally works. Although to be honest, I had a moment where, I'm in my 30s now. I'm about to turn 34 on the 26th.
Yeah.
And there's things that these children essentially say, these teenagers say in this movie, their lingo, I just didn't understand. I didn't know what they're saying.
That's so funny. You're old
it
now.
happened to me.
Did they say Riz? Was it Riz?
Yeah, it was Riz.
Was it actually Riz?
Yeah,
That's so funny.
Riz. I know what it is now.
You got to watch more TikTok because then you'll be all up on the lingo because I know what all these things mean now. So
okay, well, do you want to inform the people back home what Riz means?
It's our version of like swag or swagger. Like it's confidence. Like if he's dripping or he's dripping in Riz is like, oh, he's super confident. He's got swagger.
where does that even come from?
I don't know. Don't ask me where shit comes from. Yeah. I don't know where it came from. I just know what it means because I'm not uncool like you.
Well, okay, fair enough. I also heard that. I heard it shortly after on a podcast, and then they explained it. So I feel much better about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's very fun. And there's some great cameos, and the soundtrack's really awesome. In fact, go listen to the soundtrack if you're into 80s and 90s hip hop. There's a lot of that.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Wu-Tang, like, actually, surprisingly.
That's so cool. Yeah. But that makes sense, though, because Wu-Tang, like, a lot of their songs are all about, like, has a lot of, what am I thinking here? Like, samurai and, like, martial arts and, like, Japanese,
right.
Yeah, like, samurai fighting and stuff into it. Yeah. Ninjas. Yeah.
Ninjas. So. Yeah. All right, so that's at 13. It did not. I don't know if I put it on. Did I put it on my list? Let me double check.
I had it way higher on my list.
I did. I put it as it was a dark horse pick for me, and it didn't.
Yeah,
it didn't score.
I put it at 9.
Oh well, that's actually not a bad spot for it. That's not that far off. So that's a pretty good spot. I mean, you didn't score on it either, but still,
no,
it could have been worse. At number 12 is The Flash, which came in at 108 million. Now, this is a huge box office bomb for DC and Warner Brothers. And it's a bad movie, largely speaking. It's just not good.
Didn't that actor like go nuts? Sorry, that's politically incorrect. I shouldn't say it that way. But isn't he a little loop-de-loop now?
Yeah. Yes, he was. They were involved in.
Oh, sorry, I did
all
not
sorts
realize.
of extracurricular activities. They got arrested. There's all this stuff. They basically weren't able to promote the movie at all. Ezra Miller.
Okay, yeah.
And
yeah, I thought they got like arrested for robbing a liquor store or something. And yeah. Yikes.
Yeah, there's like kidnapping charges and stuff. There's sorts of weird stuff. I'm not getting into the personal side of things.
No, I thought maybe that's why the movie bombed, because people were like, whoa. That's too much for me.
I'm sure that didn't help. I'm positive that it was not a positive marketing aspect for that movie, but it was mostly just that I think people were confused about what DC was doing. Like, is this a mainline movie? What is this? Does this matter? I know they're rebooting it with this whole James Gunn thing. Most people probably don't or aren't aware of all that stuff happening, but at the same time, that obviously was something that was going on in the background. There's probably a lot of factors that ultimately sank the Flash ship, but ultimately it came in at 108,000. It's not very good. Again, the movie is bad. To be very clear, the movie is very bad. It deserves what it got, and hopefully that means that we can kind of start fresh and clean with a new DC slate sometime next year, maybe with the new Superman movie. But time will tell. We just don't know, and there's lots to talk about on that front. And Jeremy and I obviously like to cover that, so we'll get to that eventually. Embarrassingly, though, and this is before we knew a lot of information about this movie. I mean, it's been in production for so long. I had put it at number 2 on my list.
Yeah, your list is ridiculous.
I
I'm
had put
sorry.
it at
I'm
number
looking at it
2 on
now
my
and I'm like,
list.
okay. Yeah,
And
your 1 and 2 made me laugh really hard. I was like, what are you thinking?
you just cut out that whole time, but I think what you said was my 1 and 2
wait,
are
I think I lost
terrible
you.
picks. Can you hear me?
Yeah, they made me laugh. I thought they were. Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you're right. It's like I couldn't. The fact that I scored what I scored despite my my 1 and 2 pick being so epically bad, is impressive. I think in my mind, I'll take it. Because wow, did I whiff it on that
Yeah.
pick. Like, anyway, yeah, that was at number 12 in the box office over the summer. Richard, you can still hear me okay?
Yeah, I think, there might be a little bit of a lag, but I think it's fine.
Okay, cool. Then we shall continue. All right, so that's The Flash at number 12. At 11 was Fast X, and that's where I put that at number 1 on my list.
I don't understand how you thought that was going to be the best movie of the summer. I get it. People like Fast and Furious, but still.
I outthought myself a little bit on this one because the way that this is scored is box office is scored on domestic box office, which is Canada, the United States, right? Obviously, the other way to calculate box office is international or worldwide gross, which includes both domestic and international. And the Fast movies often do really, really, really well internationally because it's got a very diverse cast. It's globetrotting movies typically, and it draws a really large international audience, which means that the Fast X as a franchise is international heavy, and I, for whatever reason, didn't remember that. I had it like reversed in my head for some reason. I don't know how that happened, but I thought, well, Fast X, it's like the culmination of the end of the franchise. The Fast movies have been number 1 in the past, if I recall, huge successes, probably internationally, maybe not domestically. So I thought, hey, I'll take a big swing. I put Fast X at number 1, and because it can't fail. I mean, it still made 145 million, which is 35 million or 30 million more than 40 million more approximately than the Flash did, which is the next closest one. And not that far away from number 10. It would have got me 1 point if I'd put it at number 10. But again, it is a little like, aren't you a little surprised that it didn't crack the top 10? Like, I mean, maybe you're not a Fast and Furious fan.
Yeah, I mean, I had it at 7. So, I mean, like, I thought it was going to be in the top 10, but I definitely didn't think it was going to be number 1.
Right. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, if you look across the board, so if you look at the film cast folks, most people had it at 7 or 6. In fact, you and we're tied for that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the hosts put it at 7. The other person put it at 6. And I put it at number 1, like an idiot. So
yeah.
Anyway, those are the movies that didn't crack the top 10. Those were on my list in stupid positions. But was there anything else that you felt like was going to crack the top 10 but didn't? And maybe we'll get to that later when we get to our breakdown our whole list. But
because the ones that, like it was basically the Flash, and I had Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in my top 10 list also, but they didn't make it. So basically, the ones that we already kind of talked about that were all the movies that were like 11, 12, 13, I had in my top 10. So, and then I had some stupid ones.
Okay.
I put Oppenheimer in my as a dark horse because I didn't think, I was like, I don't know, it's just another war movie.
Yeah. Well, it turns out it was more than just a war movie.
Yeah.
But, Dark Horse isn't necessarily a bad place to put Oppenheimer, considering it was an R-rated 3-hour movie. Like that's not. There's typically those movies don't make tons of money.
Yeah.
Obviously, Nolan is an exception, apparently, to that. All right, so let's get into the top 10. Let's start at number 10. At number 10 this year, in the 2023 summer box office, we have Elemental at $153 million domestic. I had it nowhere on my list. I didn't even occur to me to put this movie on my list.
Oh, okay. I had it as a dark horse.
You had it at... Yeah, okay. Yeah. So you got a point for that.
I did.
Again, I don't know what movie you did see this movie. You have seen it?
No, but it's kind of like
okay.
It's an animated movie, right? Isn't it? It's like that other movie that they made. Crap, what's it called?
Oh, yes, it's the Pixar movie. So
yeah, yes. So I figured it would be.
Are you thinking
I don't know.
The other movie
a lot of times those movies. Yeah, with the girl's brain, and then it has the different emotions, and they're all different colors, like sadness and anger and happiness. It's a very cute movie. But I'm sure this movie isn't like that, but I just think the animation style reminded me of it.
It premiered to relatively
Inside Out,
like middling Inside Out. Right. So this is the same idea, except instead of emotions, it's elements this time. How fun. And I haven't seen it. Here's what's happened, right? Pixar, the last few movies like Luca and others, Big Red, premiered on Disney Plus, did not have a theatrical release at all, right? And because of that, people got pretty used to watching Pixar movies at home, especially for parents with kids where they want to watch the movie over and over and over again. That made a lot of sense. Now, they've done different things. They've done like these like premium releases for their movies. Soul's another one where they did premium, kind of these Disney Plus premium releases. This is mostly during COVID. But then after, they've also kind of just generally relegated their movies to streaming first. And there hasn't been a lot of big Disney, Pixar animated movie releases. You know, you can think of the last movie that they released in theaters was Lightyear, and that movie bombed at the box office. In fact, people don't even remember that movie because it is it's really strange choices that movie that Pixar decided to make with that movie. Like they decided that they wanted to tell this really confusing, somewhat a little bit adult. Like there's definitely aliens like illusions and stuff in there. Story about the toy from Toy Story, but not tell the story of the toy played by Tim Allen. Instead, it's the story of the movie that the toy is based on. So that was super confusing, and it didn't make any money. So Elemental comes out, people see the opening weekend numbers, and it's like, oh no, another box office bomb for Pixar. But it had legs. People kept going back to it, throughout the summer. And because of that, it still managed to hang on to a top 10 spot, finishing at 153 million at number 10. So I'll watch it on Disney Plus eventually, is kind of how I see it. Which is probably how most people think about it, to be honest, but it is what it is. All right, so moving on to number 9. Or actually, do you have any thoughts on Elemental? Is it like, did that pique your interest? Are you a Pixar
Not
person?
really. I know I definitely like those movies. They're good movies even for me to like put on during the day now because I have a kid. He can't really watch TV, but I don't know. I just like to watch cute movies sometimes. So I'm a big Pixar fan. So
okay, so what's your favorite Pixar movie?
Oh man, you're gonna put me on the spot now because I get Pixar and Disney ones mixed up. I gotta say, man, it's like
It's not Toy Story.
Is Up Pixar?
Yes, Up is Pixar. Yeah,
like that's so cute, and and then obviously like the go-to Monsters Inc. is so good.
Yeah, I really love Luca, which is a movie from over the pandemic that is just criminally underrated in my opinion, and I love Coco, which is like
I have not seen those.
Coco is so good. You need to see Coco, and you need to see Luca too. Both actually are great. So add those to your Disney Plus list.
Fair enough.
Because, everyone's seen the main ones, the Cars of the world.
Yeah.
In fact, I've actually never seen Cars, and
I actually haven't either.
I have no interest in seeing that movie. It just came out at the wrong time. I was not the right age for that, and talking Cars does not appeal to me as even at even as an adult who's connected to my inner child, it just does not appeal to me.
Yeah, fair enough.
All right, so continuing on to number 9, this is Transformers: Rise of the Beasts. Are you a Transformers franchise fan?
I liked the first few, but then I stopped watching them. I don't think I saw past the second
There's
one.
like 5.
Yeah, I'm like I didn't really care anymore. So, yeah.
Yeah, there's like 5 mainline ones, then there's a spin-off for Bumblebee, which is actually really good.
Yeah.
And then there's now, of course, this Rise of the Beasts kind of spin-off as well. So there's many. The first original Transformers Michael Bay movie is great. Still think that holds up. The effects are great.
Is that the one with Shia LaBeouf in it?
Yes. Well, the first 3 have Shia, but the first one specifically with Shia and Megan Fox.
And Megan Fox, yeah.
Yeah. Very
she's
entertaining.
a weirdo now.
Well, yeah. I mean, which celebrity isn't, though, to be honest?
Yeah, that's fair. See, I figured this one would do lower top 10s because I had it at 10. Yeah,
and I had put it at 7. And I think that's a smart place to put it. The cynical take is that Transformers movies always make money, so they should be on the list. And I think that's
kind of what I was thinking.
Even when they're terrible, even when the movies are bad, we'll put them out there and we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But I mean, for me, it says that you put it at 7. Are you sure put it at 10? Am I crazy? Or did you get 7 points for that?
No, I put it at 10. I got 7 points for it.
Oh.
Because I put it at 10
okay,
and it was 9, so I got 7 points. Yeah.
Yes. Right. Okay, that makes sense. That's pretty good. That's pretty good, actually, getting 7 points for that. I also got 7 points for that. So not to brag or anything, but we both did pretty well on that one. But okay, so I actually did see Transformers: Rise of the Beast. I didn't watch it in theaters. I kind of regret that. I watched it at home. I streamed it, rented it. Pretty entertaining movie, I would say. I did like it, but I also couldn't tell you anything that happens in it. The thing is, I wanted to be excited. I wanted to be excited about it because it brings in the Maximals, who are from the CG animated show from the 90s. Beasties or Beast Wars. Beasties for Canadians. We weren't allowed to have wars in the title, I guess, but Beasties. Beast Wars. Which I have a massive soft spot for as a Transformers fan. It was what the Transformers were to me as growing up as a kid, because I wasn't growing up in the 80s, right?
Right.
So I was like, oh, yeah, bring it on. A transforming a cheetah and a transforming gorilla and all that stuff. Really cool. But they are largely have most of the Maximals, like Cheetor and Rhinox and all these others have no character. They basically, in fact, I don't think Rhinox even speaks a single line in the movie. So that was extremely disappointing to me. The effects weren't as good as you'd expect from a Transformers movie, which is a little disappointing. But it is fun to have those characters together.
I figured if you're doing a Transformers movie, you kind of need to have the effects nailed down. Isn't that movie all effects?
I think you're right about that.
Are you still there? Yeah. Sorry.
Yep, I'm still here. Sorry, I started loading something on IMDb and then it started to kick you out. But
weird.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, I agree. It doesn't hold a candle to the effects work from the mainline series, which are top tier, if not some of the best visual effects we've ever seen. That being said, a lot of that stuff was obfuscated by really shaky camera work and very fast cuts. So you don't really get to get really good looks at those things. From time to time, of course you do. But what they do here is they do a lot of camera trickery, so they don't have to show the transformations as much.
That's lame.
And it is a little bit more lame. I just, it's not as fun.
The movie's called Transformers. You can't just cut out the parts of them transforming. That's ridiculous.
But the first time that Optimus transforms, right, and he's in his traditional like flat front truck look,
yeah,
and he like transforms while he's like rolling through a parking lot, and it like the camera like pans behind cars or other trucks, so you can't see him transform, and it's like that's a little lame. It's kind of like it visually look kind of cool, like the way that they have it framed, but it is a little lame, generally speaking. Anyway, that's number 9. I don't know where Transformers as a franchise really goes from here. I mean, they do set up room for a sequel and that kind of stuff, but it just feels like it's kind of run out of steam. And so keep an eye on that and see where it goes. All right, number 8. This one is close to my heart. Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1. Why do you? What?
I'm so pissed off about this. You know why I'm so mad about fucking Mission Impossible? Because it was either last year or the year before where I was like, "Fuck that movie." No, it wasn't. Was it 2
years ago?
Was it Mission? Yeah, it was one of them. It was either Mission Impossible or it was that other Tom Cruise one. With planes. Top Gun.
Top Gun.
Because I got mad about it and I didn't put it high on my list because I was like, Top Gun, like Tom Cruise. Who cares? So then this year I was like, okay, like people like Mission Impossible. I'm going to have to put it higher on my list than I wanted to. So I put it way higher than I wanted to. And this is why. This is why I hate Tom Cruise.
This is what you get. So here's the thing though, like
yeah. I put it at 3.
The Mission Impossible movies don't make as much money as they should. You know, they're extremely entertaining. The stunts are awesome. It's just like exciting to be at a Mission Impossible movie, right? It's a fun time at the movie theater, but they just don't make a ton of money. Like again, this is 170 million. I don't know off the top of my head because I can't load anything without breaking the stream, but typically that sounds about what I recall average what Mission Impossible movies take in, right? It's probably lower. Likely, pre-pandemic, a Mission Impossible movie is probably bringing in closer to 300 or 400,000, 400 million. But I mean, at just short of 200 million for Mission Impossible. I mean, again, not great, but like not terrible either. Number 8's not high, probably not as high as they want it to be. I think it's a really entertaining movie. It's up there with some of the better Mission Impossible movies for me. It's probably like, if I was ranking it, somewhere in the top 4, I would say. The top 4 Mission Impossible. I don't know what the actual order I have it listed as. Ghost Protocol probably number 1. The last one that came out with the nukes, that one was number 1 for me. And then Ghost Protocol, then something else, then this one, then like number 1 is probably in there somewhere. And then anyway, there's so many of them now. We're at.
I have never seen a Mission Impossible movie.
Really? Oh my God! You need to watch. The first one is so good. It's a De Palma movie. It's like so. What do you mean no?
I don't like Tom Cruise's face. I can't watch movies with him in it, especially when it's just Tom Cruise doing Tom Cruise stuff, which is like all Mission Impossible movies are. I can't do it.
All right. Well, Jeremy and I did a film club for Mission Impossible 2. So if you want to see us talk about the worst Mission Impossible movie, which is the John Woo one.
Maybe I'll watch that one because I know it's bad. Yeah,
I mean, watch that one first and it only just goes up from there. But you can also start with the first one and it's pretty amazing for considering when it came out. Anyway, Mission Impossible at number 8. I would have liked to seen it higher. I got 7 points for this. You got 3. I'm trying to see where I put it on my list. I put it at 7.
You had it at 7?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. So it wasn't off by much. I would have liked to see it obviously 1 better. Ideally would have been 1 better would have been ideal. Yeah. But I mean, just as a fan of the franchise, I would have liked to see it perform a little bit better. Okay, so from one franchise to another, we have at number 7, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny.
Mm-hmm.
We both got 7 points for this pick.
I think we both had it in
what's
the
your history
same
with Indiana
spot.
Jones?
Okay, so I really like Indiana Jones movies. I don't know. Maybe it also stems from, obviously, I like Harrison Ford because he's Han Solo. But I definitely grew up. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I had it at 6. I think you had it at 7. Oh no. Yeah. We both had it at 6. So yeah, I assumed it would kind of be like middle of the pack because Indiana Jones movies, I don't know. They usually do
Harrison
pretty well.
Ford
I don't think that the Crystal, what was the newest one that they did before
Crystal
this
Skull,
one?
which is a million years ago. Yeah. It feels like.
Yeah. But didn't they I thought they did another one. Like there's the old ones. And then I thought they did one not that many years ago, probably like 10 years ago now. But I don't know.
Yeah,
I can't remember.
You have, of course, the original Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. Or sorry,
yes.
and not the Last Crusade.
Temple of Doom.
And Temple of Doom, Last Crusade, and Raiders of the Lost Ark. And then, of course, you have Crystal Skull, which is no one likes.
Okay.
And then this one.
This one. Okay, yeah. So like I assumed it was like middle of the pack because I'm like, I know the first like 3 ones are kind of classics and people really like them. But then that other one kind of bombed, the 4th one. So I was like, I don't know. This one could be hit or miss. So
yeah, I mean, the first 3, starting with Raiders, then Doom, then Last Crusade, are kind of like a perfect trilogy. And then they decided that they wanted to make another one. And that movie's not great. I was going to say sucks. It doesn't suck. It's just not. Like, it's so ridiculous. It does stuff. The term nuking the fridge comes from that movie because Harrison Ford, Indiana Jones, survives a nuclear explosion by going into a fridge.
Right. So, I forgot about that. Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, so it has, and it also, speaking of Shia, also had Shia LaBeouf. And again, that movie was largely panned, and then the franchise was laid dormant for years and years and years.
Mm-hmm.
But because Harrison Ford is in his 80s and he wants to end all of his franchises before he dies. He died in as Han in Episode 7. Spoilers.
Yeah.
Right. And then he did. Then he appeared and died as Deckard in the Blade Runner 2049. And now he's come to return as Indiana Jones as an 80-year-old man for Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. And I gotta say, I really, 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 really enjoyed this movie. Like, genuinely loved it. I think it's a perfect. Let me rephrase that. It's not a perfect movie, and it's not a perfect Indiana Jones movie either. But it is a really, really good one that manages to nail the tone. It's wacky in the right ways without getting too silly.
Yeah.
It deals with legacy and pulls in the right performances and the right characters and introduces interesting new ones. I liked the story. I liked the where it goes. I did not expect the twist in the third act, which is very wild but pretty fun. So I really enjoyed it. I personally I know there was like a lot of like back and forth and some people really panned it, but personally I think people need to get out of their own butt because this movie's fun. Indiana Jones, you have an 80-year-old playing an 80-year-old, but really doing, like, he's in great shape. Like, he's in great shape. And he's keeping up with this, with the rest of the cast. He totally nails the vibe. Like, I don't feel like he nailed the Han Solo vibe really coming back in episode 7. It's a shame. It just doesn't feel like the same character. Whereas here, he really does feel like Indiana Jones. And you can tell that he has, I think, a little bit more fondness for this character than maybe some of his others that he's played over the years. So
yeah.
You need to. So I don't know. You've seen only one movie this year in the theaters. I assume it wasn't this one.
It was not that one. No, I only saw Barbie.
Okay, well, we'll get to that. We're a little ways off. Okay, so next up on the list is number 6. We're not going to spend a lot of time on this one. No one had it on their list because.
What is this?
Okay, this is sound. This is the Sound of Freedom or Sound of Freedom. No, the 181 million, almost 182 million. This movie is without getting political, is made by a bunch of wackadoos who are basically peddling a bunch of bullshit.
Okay.
We're not going to give it any attention.
Can you just what is it about? Sorry.
It's about child sex trafficking.
That stuff. Okay.
But the way that it's positioned and it's presented and and told is just it's a lot of bullshit. So
how did it get so many? How did it make so much money? Is it because from the other
they had
crazies watching it?
Yes, partially, yes. So it had they did this interesting marketing thing where they basically complained out from the very beginning that the left-wing media is silencing us, yada yada yada. So they had the Trump crowd behind them.
Oh, they got people all riled up, they don't want you to see this movie.
Exactly. And then they had this thing where hey, buy a ticket, but then also buy one for they made this thing where you could buy a bunch of tickets for other people, even if they didn't go. It's I don't. It's kind of like a pay it forward type thing where you would buy, but again, people would go and they would buy blocks of tickets because they got to support this.
I see.
This thing. So it's weird. I don't know. It the fact that it landed at number 6 is really very unfortunate in my opinion. Again, we're not going to. Don't see it. It's bullshit. Don't watch this movie.
Okay.
It's a shame that it made it on this list and we had to mention it at all. All right. On to number 5, a movie that Kara keeps asking me to watch, but I just really don't want to. The Little Mermaid, which is the live action remake of the
Why don't you want to watch it
from the 90s. I just find that all of the Disney remakes could be completely utter soulless cash grabs that serve no purpose and are pretty boring. So that's my take on that. I don't know.
See, you know what? I put it on one day and then I just wasn't paying attention. So I turned it off, not because it was bad, but just because I was busy and I do want to actually watch it one day. So, but yeah, I mean, I felt like this one, I thought it was going to do just a touch better than it did. I had it at 4.
Yeah, you scored 7 points for this. I got 3. Yeah. I'm guessing I put it lower on my list because I just don't believe in these movies, but, or maybe I was being cynical. And
I remember specifically when I was
Little Mermaid. No, I put it
maybe. I specifically remember having. Oh, go ahead. Oh, you put it at 8.
I put it at 8.
Which I remember having a conundrum with myself. Gotcha. Yeah, no, I remember looking at this list and I had trouble placing this one because I was it was between this one and kind of Barbie on where I wanted to put them, whether I was going to swap them or not. And I thought Little Mermaid was going to do better than Barbie, so I put it a little bit higher. But
boy, do you sound stupid now. I'm just kidding.
I know. Hey,
I mean, I don't know. It's hard to say. I don't think anyone really predicted Barbie to be as this good. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I figured it was going to be good. I had it high compared to what some of these other people had it. Mm-hmm. But yeah, not high enough.
Well, yeah. I mean, so here's the thing. I mean, the summer movie. So Barbie made $612 million domestic.
It's over wild.
Over $1 billion internationally. And it's more. It's just less than double what number 2 made. Right. And we'll get to that eventually. But it's so much. It's completely distorts all the numbers because if you look at the rest of the numbers, 380, 350, 310, 298, it's not that great of a summer, relatively speaking, for box offices. With some exceptions, obviously, in the top 3. But yeah, Barbie just completely bucks that trend. And we'll get to it in a little bit.
Yeah, we'll get to it.
It is baffling. Back to Little Mermaid for a moment. I just feel there's words that I heard. Rumor today on Twitter was that Disney's now planning on doing a Princess and the Frog live action remake and a Frozen live action. Rachel,
they just
Frozen.
Came out with
that
those
movie.
Movies.
Just came out. I know.
Yeah,
I know.
That's
so. It's what are we even doing here?
That's kind of stupid because I'm like, these live action remakes, I kind of thought that they were more for, I don't know if they still say this, but like when the movies are like in the Disney vault, like the old
Right.
school movies that like we grew up with, right? They're basically just trying to get money out of us, like our age individuals and a little bit older, like Gen X and millennials, taking their like kids to go see these remakes, these live action remakes.
100%. So yeah, cash grabs, as I mentioned,
so
because those originals exist.
Yeah. So yeah, it's definitely weird to me. Like I know that they are I know they're making Snow White. I know there's a lot of controversy about it. Live action, so I don't know. We'll see how much longer they keep doing these
for. Snow White thing. And that's the other thing. It just invites all this controversy too, because Little Mermaid had a bunch of controversy because they cast a woman of color in the lead role. And it's like, which
doesn't bug me at all. Like it's just
it doesn't make sense. It doesn't. We're talking about mermads here, people. These aren't real creatures. Yeah.
I think it's actually a great opportunity to add a person of color, like more people of color, like into the Disney realm, because there was not a lot of that, obviously, in that time frame of these movies coming out.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I don't know. People just need to chill out a little bit.
And so, like, the number one grossing of these remakes is still Lion King. And the Beyonce of it all probably doesn't hurt that, but I haven't seen a lot of these. I have given some a chance, but I liked these movies, like the animated versions when I was a kid, but not once has these movies, Lion King with the exception, being one that grabbed my attention enough to go see it. But none of these movies really have really appealed to me, and they're targeting it at me and my cohorts, you and I, and people who, and it's like, so I don't know. I'm a little too cynical now to let Disney sell me the same thing over and over and over and over again, and I'm not interested. So I don't know. Maybe it's good. I've heard that she's a great singer. That's all I know. But it came in at number 5. It did make a ton of money at almost $300 million.
Yeah. I had it at
beats me 4. Why? I heard the movie's not very good, to be honest. That's what I heard, but I don't. I can't speak to it. Okay, number 4, getting closer to the top here. Oppenheimer at $310 million. Now, this again, important to remember. Not just some war movie.
Yeah, this is where I fucked up. This was like probably one of my biggest fuck ups this year.
I think if you had literally put this anywhere on your top 10, you would have got more points than that. And would have beat.
Oh yeah.
So
I would have probably beat the first place guy if I had put Oppenheimer somewhere 100%, proper.
100%. And so Oppenheimer, important to remember, rated R, 3-hour long movie, black and white, right? Not typically, those ingredients don't typically pack in also it's a biopic. It's not really an action movie. And I mean,
okay, all of these were reasons why I was like, this movie's not going to be in the top 5. I was like, okay, I do really like that actor though, Cillian Murphy, and I know like he's so good. And I just watched all of Peaky Blinders recently, so I probably would have put it higher. You should give it another chance. It's
I really tried, good. And I can't. I can't do it. I put
subtitles on.
I can see the scene. That's not fair. I did understand what they were saying.
Oh, okay.
even though they were speaking a thick Irish accent. Is it Irish or British? I don't remember.
No, it's more it's British, yeah. But they're gypsies, so they kind of got a little bit of a different.
They got a different vibe going. Yeah. I guess again for that show, I just could see the seams. Like I kind of knew what they were going for, and I'm sure there's twists, and it's kind of like with Yellowstone, where I know what the show is. I don't need to watch it. I know I get everything I need from it for it just existing,
Fair enough.
Hey, there's a cowboy show. I don't know. It's like, again, it's in the same vein as Suits for me, by the way, which is a show that I will never watch because I know exactly what the show is. But
I always make it like partway through the seasons of Suits, and then I like stop watching for a day, and then I just quit watching it. It happened again recently.
That's really funny. Just on a Suits tangent, there's all these articles or all these headlines, I guess, on Twitter over the during the strikes, right? So the writer strike is done,
Mhm.
but the actor strike is still on. And of how Suits just rakes in the viewers on Netflix, like just unbelievable
Gotcha.
viewership numbers on Netflix. And it just kind of saddens me a little bit because like it's not a good show. And I don't understand what it is about that show that pulls in so many people. Like what is it because it's just like an easy watch or something? Like
Yeah,
I don't know. And it
I'd
has
say so.
Meghan Markle in it. Or
Yeah,
whatever her name is.
I can get through like the first like couple seasons and then I get bored. So I don't know. I feel like at the beginning it's kind of it catches your attention because the storyline's pretty good right off the start. But then yeah, it just like eventually as it goes on, it just feels like it's droning on. It's like the same thing
It's the
over and over and
same
over
thing
again.
over and over.
Yeah, so I
Exactly.
just get bored. But I mean like that first season kind of like hooks you in, and then I guess if you're just hooked on it, people just keep watching it, right?
I don't know.
So,
I'm just never gonna watch that show. You
that's fair.
cannot pay me to do it. So anyway, Oppenheimer. I did a pilgrimage to see this movie. I went and drove to Regina. It's a 5-hour drive from here to see it in IMAX.
Why did you do that? Oh, right, because you wanted to see an IMAX. Okay.
So yeah, I saw it in 75 millimeter IMAX. There's only 30 screen. I don't need to beat this to death. We released a whole like travel blog on our Patreon about this, but it was worth it for me, in my opinion. It was an experience. They're just not. It's not something you get to do very often. You don't get to see film projected very often anymore in general. Never mind IMAX film. Never mind, an epic like what Christopher Nolan put together here for Oppenheimer. So for me, like I'll probably always remember this movie, but for different reasons than most people would.
Right.
Oh, you can hear me double?
Yeah, sorry, I didn't want to interrupt you.
Nope. See, how do I fix that? I don't know how to fix that.
I don't know how you did it before. Did you mute yourself in Zencaster? I can deal, but
no. Yeah, you're just gonna have to deal with it for now. You probably it's gonna break again anyway, probably. So we'll have to reload eventually.
All good.
I apologize for the technical difficulties off the top, so you can't even get mad. All right, so yeah, I really did enjoy Oppenheimer. The movie itself, I can understand why people might be a little bit turned off, just by its length and its kind of its subject matter. But I think it's a really important movie. Like I think it really provides a lot of context for the post-atomic world that we live in. Right? We have always, from the moment we were born, have lived in a world where at any moment someone with their hand on a button could destroy the world,
right?
With nuclear weapons. And I think that there's like an anxiety around that we don't really reckon with on a regular basis. And this movie attempts to do that, explain where, why we did that. Why did we make a bomb of this magnitude, right?
Right.
That's so deadly. It explores these ideas in such an interesting way. And Chris Nolan is a brilliant filmmaker. And he believes in the movies being seen on a big screen. So, hey, I'm a big movie buff. I'll drive a couple hours and, I do it for a football game. I can do it for a movie. It's the same length of time, 3 hours. So, go drive down there. It makes me regret that we lost our IMAX screen here in Winnipeg, but I think I forgot how big IMAX screens are.
Right. Yeah.
True IMAX screen. It really is quite impressive. And so I would recommend those who have the opportunity to see true IMAX to use that opportunity, because you never know when it might disappear for you.
Yeah, I didn't realize that our IMAX screen was gone here.
Oh, it's been gone for years.
Oh, I mean, well, yeah, they put it in the worst mall in the middle of downtown.
Yeah,
which
but
is
they really wanted it to work.
Yeah, if they had put it anywhere else, it probably would have been better. But
I agree. Literally anywhere else, it would still probably be in business.
Yes,
I truly believe that. Yeah. Anyway, true shame. if I knowing what I know now, I would have gone to see Top Gun in IMAX. I would have driven there to see it. But anyway, that's Oppenheimer. It made really big money as a part of this whole Barbenheimer experience, right? I think it really rode on the coattails of Barbie, a movie that's obviously much more broadly appealing, to kind of pull it up, right? Rising tide lifts all boats kind of thing. So I imagine that's where it came from, but it's hard to say really why is it the Nolan name? Was it the Barbie thing? Maybe it's just kind of like a combination of all these things at the same time coming together to create an experience that ultimately made a ton of money. I mean, Fourth isn't, it's not breaking any records at 310 million, but it did. I think it is brushing up against, rated R IMAX numbers and all those things. Yeah. So, I'm not sure if it's the highest grossing rated R movie of all time, but if it's not, it's certainly high up there on the list. So
is it the highest? No, it wouldn't be. I was like, is it the highest grossing black and white, but probably not because of Schindler's List.
Well, and there's whole, I guess I don't know if they track that specifically. Black and white is interesting because the whole movie isn't technically in black and white. There's other moments that aren't.
Okay.
And obviously I don't know how and technically Schindler's List also has moments that aren't in black and white.
Yeah, I was going to say that too. Yeah.
so I don't know how you judge that. Anyway, any thoughts on Oppenheimer?
I just
wish you put it higher.
I wish I would have put it in my top 10. I think it's because I do, when I'm looking at these kind of movies and I don't really know where to put something, I will kind of peek at those other lists, right?
Ooh,
to just kind of see where other people are putting it. Because like Peter here had it at 9. So I was like, I don't know. It's just a war movie. I'm just going to throw it into Dark Horse.
It. And yeah. Well, actually, no one nailed it. No one got it exactly where. Where I've been. I think people were expecting it to do well and appear in the top 10, but not top 5.
Not top 5. Yeah, I got 1 point for it because I had it as a Dark Horse.
Well, hey.
So at least I got a point.
Exactly. 1 point is still better than none. All right. So that takes us into the top 3. So Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, the culmination of James Gunn's Guardians of the Galaxy work, right?
Yes.
And I'm, going on a limb here. I don't know if I said this against, I've really cooled on Volume 2 over the years. I just don't really have like strong recollection of that movie. But Volume 3 is freaking awesome. It's so fun, and it's and an emotional gut punch. It really plays on the heartstrings. I nailed this one at number 3. I put it at 3, but that's only because I put those other stupid movies ahead of it. Aztecs and the Flash.
Yeah. See, I had it at 2, but yeah.
And I think any Marvel movie of this scope and scale is going to need to be in the top 5, right?
Right.
So I'm not surprised that it ended up here. Happy that I nailed it. I was a little worried that it was going to be number 1, and I was going to, and everyone, because a lot of people put it at number 1.
Right. Yeah.
And rightfully so. But 400 million is nothing to shake a stick at, and or 350 million. Apologies. And again, I just really liked it. There's a little bit of kind of like, it was like everyone was coming out of it saying it was so good, and then a little bit of a pushback on that. But I think largely it's really well liked. It's a great capper for that trilogy. James Gunn's off to go do DC stuff, and if I must say, it does buck the trend of some of the less than stellar MCU movies as of late. So it's definitely the best of the most recent batch, and it's probably not even close. Any other thoughts on Guardians?
No, I mean, I liked it. I didn't see it in theaters, but I watched it on Disney, right?
Yeah, on Disney Plus.
Yeah. So yeah, I liked it. It was definitely a different direction than I was expecting it to be in because I didn't really watch trailers or anything before I watched it. So
that's fun. That's a fun twist. Yeah. You probably weren't expecting it to be a Rocket Raccoon.
No, I really wasn't. I was like, oh, this is cute. So yeah, I liked it. I was surprised with how much I enjoyed it. So
turns out origin stories are like still very they still work,
Yeah,
So
exactly.
and this is obviously a twist on one, but they tell the Rocket Raccoon origin story essentially.
Yeah, yeah.
And it is a heartbreaking one.
Mm-hmm.
As most of these superhero origin stories are, these secret origins are typically sad, but this one
Yeah,
particularly.
it was very
And
sad.
then it leans on kind of the team element and how they can come together and save their friend. And it is, you could say it's a little pat or it's a little manipulative or whatever. But
Yeah.
I just think I think it's really entertaining. I think it's really funny. Drax continues to be hilarious.
Oh yeah,
right?
he's so good.
And then of course like that those emotional moments, though manipulative, are really satisfying to watch. So again, I really loved this movie. It's certainly in my I don't know where I'm going to place it at the end of the year. We got to start thinking about that on our lists. But really enjoyable, and I'm happy that it landed. I'm obviously stoked about the points I got for it, but more just glad that it a good movie did well. And
Yeah.
again, bucking that trend. So
This one saved your list. Okay, I'm just telling you that right now.
100%. Because my list was not. It was looking pretty weak.
Like, I'm sorry if we're looking at your list and my list is better. But whatever.
You have a strong list, but you also didn't even put Oppenheimer on your list. So can you really make that argument?
You put Fast X first out of all of these movies.
Yeah, and
so don't talk
I
to me.
explained my reasoning on that. Okay,
still unforgivable.
Yeah, no, fair enough. Okay, so let's move on to the top two. So Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, another animated movie, but this movie freaking rocks.
Yeah.
It, as the kids say, it fucks. It is I don't know if they still say that, but it's really, really, really good. It's complex. It's again similar to Guardians. It has these like deep emotional center. And what they do with Spider-Man's story here is both unexpected, but also like a perfect follow-up to the original. It ends on a cliffhanger, though. Spoilers, I guess.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I have not seen this one, so
you got to get it. You got to see it. I mean, both TMNT and Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse are a great double feature, in my opinion. But
yeah,
Spider-Verse is freaking just so good. Like, it nails the action, right? It's got this like really fun visual style, which from the first movie. But it really amps that up, and leans into more of Gwen Stacy's story, right? Spider-Gwen.
Yeah.
And that again that talking about these emotional cores. So it's got one for Spider-Man, it's got one for Spider-Gwen, and they both interweave in a really satisfying way. And then it introduces this concept of like all these spider people from across this multiverse, even more so than the first movie did.
Right.
And it's just so there's like, every single frame of this movie is full of cameos and fun Easter eggs, but it really figures out what makes the Spider-Man character work and then digs at that. And then it introduces a really fun character that as a villain who you think is kind of silly at first in the spot, but becomes this very intimidating and kind of scary presence by the end of the movie. Now, again, it ends on a cliffhanger, and the third movie is probably still years and years away. They I don't think the script is done, as far as I understand it. They certainly haven't started work on production, and these movies take a long time to make. So, originally the third movie was scheduled for next year. The strikes got in the way of that a little bit, but realistically speaking, it's probably still 2, maybe 3 years off, which is painful at the end with a cliffhanger. But there was a lot of those. The Fast X also ended on a cliffhanger. Fair enough, whatever. Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 also ended on a cliffhanger.
Well,
so,
obviously it's Part 1. I was like, I'm assuming there's going to be a Part 2.
Yeah, it's just very similar. Like, it's not. It's been a lot of the 3 major movies that one of them didn't make the top 10, but just barely didn't make it at 11. And on these like very abrupt, like, hey, the story will continue next time, which is not really a thing.
Right.
Like, even the MCU movies don't really do that. Like, even though every movie leads into the next one, you don't have these like stiff, hard breaks in the story that like we got with these. It's it's fascinating. I don't really like it.
You don't really like it.
I don't really like it.
Oh,
As
yeah.
a viewer, I would like a more satisfying conclusion. Surprisingly,
fair enough.
of all the ones that do it, Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1 tells a very complete story, and then despite it ending on a cliffhanger, still feels very much like a singular movie, right?
Okay.
Whereas both Spider-Man and Fast X feel like they're just part of a larger story. So,
well, all I can say is I will see Spider-Man probably soon if it's on a streaming service. I will not see Mission Impossible, and I will not watch Fast X.
Yeah, well, and I won't see Suits or
Wait.
Yellowstone.
I'm sorry. Hold on. Did you say Fast X ends on a cliffhanger?
Yes, it does. Because
how many of these fucking movies are they going to make? I'm sorry.
There's one more. No,
it's been 8.
One more.
Too many. 7 too many at this point. That's
well, it depends. Which one's the last one you liked?
The last one I saw
is really good.
The last one that I saw was the third one, and I know that one doesn't really even count.
What, Tokyo Drift?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, first of all, that movie's pretty good. Second of all, it relaunched the movie after that, Fast and Furious, which is the 4th movie, relaunched the franchise, and that movie's great. And Fast 5 is also great. So, you could argue that it starts to jump the shark.
There's just too many
as soon as that we get to Fast 6.
There's too many,
6 or whatever it's called.
It's too much of a commitment.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't suggest watching them all back to back to back to back to back to back.
Yeah,
to back,
you know what I did do at the beginning of my maternity leave, because a lot of it is like your baby's sleeping a lot and you're just awake all the time.
Your baby wasn't sleeping very much. Didn't you just telling us?
Well, now he doesn't sleep. This was when they're a newborn. They sleep like all the time. They just sleep and then eat and then sleep again. That's all they do is eat and sleep.
The best life. Yeah.
So I would just put on Marvel movies every day, and I watched in chronological order every single Marvel movie up to
in chronological order of release, or
no, not release, timeline order. I wanted to watch it in timeline order because I liked watching the story.
You started with the first Avenger.
The first Captain America.
Yeah, the first Captain America.
You said first Avenger.
Yeah, that's the
yes.
That's the
okay.
Name of it.
Yeah, I started with that, and then I went through everything, and I watched them all.
So Captain America, first Avenger. Then I'm guessing it's.
I think it's both Captain Americas.
Captain Marvel is the next one.
I can't remember
because that one's set in the 90s. I
can't remember. Okay, but I just watched them all in that order, and I was like, "Well, this is what I'm going to do for the beginning."
So you're fine with watching 25 movies or whatever that is. It's some crazy number at this point. But
yeah, that's why I can't.
Fast and Furious movies is too many.
Yeah, I don't have that kind of time anymore.
Yeah, fair enough.
But yeah, I mean, getting back to our list here for Spider-Man. I had it at 1, so that I thought it was going to do. I mean, it was. I know no one else did that, and I was like, I'm putting Spider-Man at 1.
And you would have been right if it wasn't for Barbie.
I know. I know.
And the thing is, like, it deserves all of this. Like, first of all, the first Spider-Man won an Oscar for Best Animated Picture that year.
Yeah, it was so good.
I wouldn't be surprised if this one also wins an Oscar. And it's just, it's pure entertainment. It's more complex than you would think for an animated film. I think people look down on animation. This is no, not that they should, but they do. And that animation is just a medium. You can tell any story. It doesn't have to be childish just because it's animated. And so what they're able to accomplish through animation is just so visually, it's like a feast of the eyes, right? So
right.
And then again, this like just how they accomplished this strong emotional core is also really impressive. Now, apparently the wasn't great to work on the movie. Apparently the production was quite stressful. There's lots of crunch and long overtime, unpaid and stuff like that. Hopefully that'll be worked out for the next movie. And that's part of the reason why I think the next one's probably not in full swing production, because there was some backlash about that. Anyway, so that's Spider-Man. All right. So at number 1, we have Barbie, which I think we could all have predicted was gonna land. I see. Here's the thing. You got 3 points for it. I got 3 points for it.
Yeah, I put it at 5. Yeah.
What did I put it?
You put it at 4.
Okay. So I think we thought it was going to do well. I mean, we both thought it was top 5 material. Right?
We put it higher than most of the other people.
I know,
did.
and most of the rest of the film cast folks, and I think that first of all, I mean, I don't know, that is crazy, and I haven't listened to I've been holding off listening on to their recap of the their results episode, until we've finished ours. But I have to imagine that they're spend the whole episode just kicking themselves for that, because I think it was pretty obvious that even at the time when we were putting this list together, Barbie was still ways out. It was still months out.
Yeah.
And I, even at the time, had a sense that it was going to be pretty good because the marketing for it was just unreal.
Crazy marketing.
Like building out a whole Barbie dream house in Malibu.
Yeah.
And like the cast was so involved, and it was really impressive how they spent a lot of money on marketing, no doubt.
Yeah.
I mean, this is what you get when you spend millions and millions of dollars on marketing a movie. But at the same time, Greta Gerwig had a track record of making interesting movies. So I knew that it was probably not going to be just this cheap cash grab, right? We had a sense that there was more to it than just the Margot Robbie of it all.
Right, yeah.
Not that hurts. And then
well, she's so great.
She is.
It's not just that she's pretty.
Likable.
It's like she's a very good actor. Like
very likable person, easy to get behind. And same thing with Ryan Gosling, right? Who doesn't like Ryan Gosling? So you got this really stellar cast. You got a really super recognizable, one of the biggest brand names of all time, and then you've got a insanely talented director behind it. So, a pretty good mix. In retrospect, obviously, it's kind of like when you lay it out like that, maybe everyone should have been putting it at number one. But I think there was maybe a little bit of hesitancy to say, well, it is still a movie based on a toy. So how good can it really be? Right. But I guess, and the cynical side of me is like, I couldn't put it at number one because it is a movie based on a toy, but like Transformers was number one year over year at the box office. And those are movies based on toys too. So, maybe it's a little sexist of me to make that assumption, but
100%.
but here's the thing. So we drove out to see Oppenheimer. Obviously it came out the same weekend. We saw Barbie in theaters in Regina that same weekend. People were dressed up, a bunch of people dressed up in pink. Kara and I had a pink t-shirt made up for Barb that said Barbenheimer, had a fun kind of unique poster on the back and all that kind of stuff. So we had a great time. We saw it twice in theaters. We went to see it again once we came back because the theater we saw it in Regina wasn't that great. Absolute blast. Super hilarious movie, right?
Oh,
one
so
of the funniest,
good.
probably the funniest movie of the summer. Ryan Gosling steals the show, in my opinion. He's just like, and it's a movie about Barbie, but like Ken, and like he gets two musical numbers.
Oh my God, there's just so many.
There's just so many moments.
And even Michael Cera is like so fucking good in it too, like as Alan. And it's like, there's so many little bits, and I can't remember. I'm going to kick myself for not knowing her name, but who plays the weird Barbie.
Oh, weird Barbie. Yes.
And her name either. Especially as a person who had Barbies growing up, it's different because it hits different because I grew up with these dolls and I had a lot of them.
Barbie.
And I had like weird Barbie, and you're like, oh yeah, you cut your Barbie's hair when every girl does it. Every kid does it. You have a weird Barbie, and like that's the thing. It's like she's always doing the splits, or it's always naked and drawn on, and its hair is so weird. Funny. It's so, and like they nailed it. Every little thing. And when they bring up some of the other Barbies that existed, like the pregnant Barbie, and they're like, we're not going to talk about that because that was weird. And it's like, that was a weird Barbie. And the Skipper, the Skipper one, was it growing up Skipper? That its boobs grew. That was also a real Barbie, which is super weird, so wild and so hilarious.
I know.
So they just, and like the marketing was so good of like getting you and your friends to go and dress up and take a picture in the cute little like cardboard cutout Barbie box. Like they just nailed every aspect of this movie. It was so good and so funny. Like every musical thing, like when they're singing on the beach to all the Barbies, I was like howling laughing. It was just it was so funny. It's like all the tropes, and I know it's not really meant for like little kids, because I know some people try to take kids that were like 12 and under, and it's not really, it's way over their heads. Like the themes are just not there for them. So I know a lot of kids were disappointed in the movie, but adults were like,
it's okay, they'll get it when they're
awesome. Older. Yeah. Because
there's tons of kids, there's a tons of kids stuff that is Barbie themed.
Yeah.
There's there's like a YouTube channel and all that stuff that, and like kids movies for Barbie. Like that's
And
not
I
really what this
think
was.
that's what maybe some people thought it was going to be, because my
Right.
mother-in-law went to go see it, and she said when they were leaving, there was a little girl walking beside them, like pouting with her mom, and her mom was like, "You didn't like the movie?" And she was like, "No," and I was like pissed off because it wasn't like like she was probably expecting like the animated Barbie cartoons that she
Right.
watches on TV or
Yes.
whatever, and it was like it was
Nothing
all
like
about
that.
the patriarchy, and it's just like so
Right.
funny.
She's like, "What's a patriarchy?" Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
it's
like,
not about horses, though.
Here's the thing. That line, by the way, it's like once I found out that the patriarchy wasn't really about horses, I kind of lost interest.
Yeah,
Is so funny. And then also like basically everything with the horses is funny because it's like, see, horses are just man extenders, which is so funny too. Like again, Ken to me, as the man
So good.
here, is just so. I mean, again, Ryan Gosling is really one of the funniest actors we have in Hollywood, but just does not do it enough. Like,
yeah.
Like I was talking with Matt recently about what's it called, The Good Guys, The Other Guys, or something like that, where it's him and Russell Crowe in the 70s cop movie, and God, it's so hilarious. And he just has perfect comic timing, and so
he does,
seeing him do nail these like one-liners and these little throwaway gags is just my Mojo Dojo Casa House and all that stuff is like the Mojo Dojo Casa House that's flying off the shelf. It's like it's so, like all that stuff is just really nails it. And like the thing is, despite all that, and I think it has a great a pretty good message. I think it's a little overstuffed in the sense that like it's trying to communicate so many ideas.
Well,
right? Like, okay, the patriarchy about being your own independent self, but also supporting other, this, and then there's all these underlying aspects of like about relationships and kind of and hierarchies of relationships and how you and friendships and like how you relationships with your mom, relationships with your old childhood, relationships with the business side of Barbie. Like there's just like a million different themes that this movie is trying to hit, and I don't think it really nails every single one. No, because I think it doesn't give enough of all of those concepts enough time to breathe.
Right? I mean, fair enough. I feel like it does. I don't know. I would say that it does a pretty good job, though. Like it's
I think despite how much it was trying to achieve,
to be able to pack in
cohesive,
Yeah, like to be able to pack in that many themes and that many messages, like for you to even be able to like realize that they came across for us to talk about it here, right? So, I don't know. I think it definitely deserves that number one spot, and I'm glad it hit that number one spot because I know there was a lot of
that's fair.
There's a lot of I'm not gonna say a lot. There were some men out there being like, "I'm not gonna go see that stuff." Like,
they're just trying to man-hating movie. It literally couldn't be less man-hating. One of the main themes of this movie is that as a man, that you need to understand who you are as a person and not pour yourself into all of these things that you think horses or watching The Godfather or all these things that you think makes a man. Find your own, be your own person, find your own person. Right. And also like you're not your girlfriend and you're not, and your girlfriend's not you.
Well, and you're
like these things are different.
Yeah. Your life shouldn't revolve around having a girlfriend either. Or you know what I mean? All that kind of stuff too. Because I very much like appreciated that part of the movie too, that it wasn't, they don't end up together in the end, right? Like it's not about Barbie and Ken being together in the end because she's like, no, I just, you know what I mean? It's refreshing because a lot of times it's like it's a love story and it's like it
but
gets
at the same time, it's like it is Barbie and Ken, so it is like a little bit of like, it is pretty wild that doesn't happen.
Didn't they break them up in the Barbie world?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure they did.
You're asking the wrong guy, but I will say that like. That underlying theme, I think, is really satisfying. Like that's one of the better arcs because, Ken comes out of it being like, finding himself to some degree, and so does Barbie. But like, it's a really clean arc for Ken.
But I just found it funny how many people thought it was just like, I don't know. people be like, they're pushing the gay agenda. It's like, what are you talking about? Like, that's nothing to
in fact,
do.
there's almost no gayness in there.
Really? Yeah. I just thought it was funny. You know how Twitter is. It's just
launch of angry people.
Yeah, but I was just like, you guys just got to like chill and go watch it. It's actually probably be really good for you if you're mad about it. It'd be a very good movie for you to see.
It's true, but those people won't see it, unfortunately. So, yeah. Anyway, it made a crazy amount of money. It's $612 million domestically, over $1 billion internationally. Crazy smash success. Will be nominated for Oscars. Probably will win something in a technical award. Probably it may be a performance, or maybe we'll see. I don't think it's going to win best movie or anything like that, but it'll probably be nominated. All right, so that's the list. So let's go and review. Let's review our lists here, and I'll just go through it one at a time. So here, my list from dark horse to number 1 was as follows. I put the Meg 2, The Trench, at as a dark horse. Now, I actually saw this movie. I went and saw it at Clear Lake. This really cool movie theater that's built in a wooden cabin.
Oh, cool!
It's really beautiful in a national park. It's very few of these types of theaters in the world. So I saw what would be a good movie to see at a theater like that? Either a horror movie, which I don't really watch, or a shark movie. So I went and saw a shark movie, and it was really fun.
Of course you did. You're a big scaredy cat when it comes to horror movies.
I am. I can't do it, guys. I'm sorry. I don't still have the emotional like strength to wreck myself like that. It doesn't appeal to me. It's fun. So that landed at number 15. Again, I thought, maybe a shark movie starring Jason Statham might do it, but it didn't. That's fine. Then I put Haunted Mansion. Now, I feel like this is maybe where I kind of did one of those things where you did, where I didn't really do enough research, because although I feel like I knew that Haunted Mansion was a Disney movie, I didn't really consider, I was kind of like, I need to have a horror movie on here as a dark horse, because, every year there seems to be at least one summer horror movie that cracks the top 10. This year is an exception. There wasn't one, but I wanted to have something at least on my dark horse to be able to say that I thought about it. Haunted Mansion is not really a horror movie. It's more of like a horror comedy. It's a Disney movie. So anyway, it felt to number 16. I wasn't really close with either of those. I put TMNT Mutant Mayhem also as a black dark horse. It fell to 13. So I got no hits from my dark horses. At number 10, Rise of the Beasts, which its actual result was 9. So I got 7 points for that. Oppenheimer, I put at number 9. Its actual position was 4, so I got 3 points for that. I put number 8, The Little Mermaid. Its actual position was number 5. I got 3 points for that as well. At number 7, I put Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning. Its actual position was 8, so I got 7 points. Indiana Jones, The Dial of Destiny, I put at number 6. Its actual position was number 7, so I got 7 points. If I just bumped those two back, oh boy, that would have been pretty good. At number 5, I put Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Did not have enough faith in this franchise, even though I absolutely adore it. I put at number 5. Its actual position is number 2, so I got 3 points. Barbie at number 4. I put that. Obviously, we just talked about it. And that's number 1, 3 points for that. Nailed number 3, 10 points for Guardians of the Galaxy at number 3. And then Fast X and The Flash. The Flash at number 2, Fast X at 1. Flash falling to actually 12th, Fast X 11th. So I got 0 points for both my first and second pick.
Yeah.
But like, hey, I scored points on every single other pick on here, which I think is what kept me in the running.
That is what kept you in the running.
I ended with 43 points for a total of 43, which puts me in second behind Peter Soretta of the film cast. Now, do you want to read out your list, Rachel?
Yeah. Okay. So funny enough, for my dark horse, I also had Haunted Mansion.
Turns out that movie didn't even it's 16 at the box office. Like it just didn't even it didn't even appear on the radar. People didn't even know it existed. It feels like,
Yeah, which is fine. So yeah, no points for that one. Then I had Elemental, So that one I got, which actually was number 10. So I got 1 point for that. And then my last dark horse, I had Oppenheimer. And obviously we know that was actually number 4. So I got 1 point. So I got 2 points total for my dark horse contributions there, where you got no points for yours.
Right.
So at least I did good with my dark
2
horses.
Points. Turns out those 2 points pretty important. At least they will be. We'll reveal that in a sec.
Yeah, and then so number 10, same as you, I had Transformers, so I got 7 points there. And then I have a big blank spot here of no points because I had number 9, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which was actually 13, so I got no points. 8, The Flash, was actually 12th, so no points. And then for 7, I put Fast X, which was actually 11th, so I got no points for that.
Right.
So that is where
like you also got no points for your Fast X and Flash picks.
But my no points. Yeah, but my no points were lower on my list. Yeah. Okay.
yeah, that's fair.
They weren't as embarrassing as yours. Number 6, I put Indiana Jones. So I got 7 points for that because it was actually in number 7. Then at number 5, I had Barbie because that's where I was waffling between The Little Mermaid and Barbie. So I put Barbie at number 5. So I got 3 points for Barbie.
I think if you'd put it at number 4, I still think you would have only got 3 points, right? I think that's how that works.
Yeah.
You have to be within 3 positions to get 7,
I think so.
Yeah.
Yes, I think so, yeah. And then for 4th, I have Little Mermaid. So I got 7 points for Little Mermaid because I was only 1 away.
Yep.
And then 3, I put Stupid Mission Impossible. So I only got 3 points for it. And then 2, I had Guardians of the Galaxy. So I got 7 points
really
there.
Because like, it's not only is it a movie you don't like, but also you felt like you had to give it some props, but then it didn't even achieve the heights that you hoped it would. It's so funny. Okay. Yeah.
Extra mad. And then, yes, number 1, I put Spider-Man. So I got 7 points for that for a total of 43 points. So
we're tied.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, we're tied for second amongst the Filmcast folks. So
I
at 43 and Peter
still think that I should win because my top 5 were better than your top 5. So.
Well, okay. First of all, I feel like you're getting better because, as you mentioned before, at least you watched the trailers this year.
Yes.
For some of them. So, in my opinion, it's like I'm getting worse and it's like we're going opposite directions, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And so I hope that next year, here's the thing, next year's probably going to be a pretty rough summer because
right.
We lost a lot of time for production. And really just movie making in general due to the strikes and with actor strikes still on, things like Deadpool 3 are probably going to slip a year or more.
Right.
So what we get next year is a real crapshoot. I don't know if Dune 2 falls into the summer window. I know they pushed it. It was supposed to be this Christmas. So we might get some movies that were supposed to be at the end of this year and early next year pushed into summer, which might help bolster the summer movie crowd. We just don't know. It's hard to say.
Right.
But it'll be interesting to say the least. I mean, we have MCU in a real slump, right? So how do they pull themselves out of that, or are they able to pull themselves out of that? We're going to have the effects of the strikes. We'll see how that plays out. And in general, it's like, some of the things that were learned this year is that Barbie and Oppenheimer, which are both original properties, essentially, right? Like, yes, they're based on existing things. In the case of Oppenheimer, it's based on a book, and Barbie based on a toy, but they weren't franchise movies, right? And they did really, really, really well. Whereas, of course, Spider-Man is a franchise movie, but everyone loves Spider-Man, so it's like you can't really bet against Spider-Man. Yeah. But like, I would be interested to see if there's some of these lessons are learned by studios and say, okay, let's go ahead and put these movies out and see what happens. And Apple TV, interestingly enough, who is going to be is releasing a movie, I think this week, for Killers of the Flower Moon, which is the latest Scorsese movie, which is not going to make crazy money. It's probably going to make $40 million at the box office in the opening weekend. But is a movie that a streaming movie that wouldn't have typically or traditionally gotten a theatrical release. But what Apple's doing is they're holding its streaming release and they are doing a full theatrical release for it. They believe in the movie, and what a concept. So if there's more of these, if more of these streamers take their direct to streaming movies and put them out in theaters first, which I think everyone would be fine with.
Yeah, of course.
That might change the equation a little bit too. So who knows? Netflix still seems to be really reluctant to doing that, but both Amazon and Apple seem to be fine with that. And of course, Paramount Plus, they put out Transformers and they put out TMNT. So those movies are going to theaters anyway. So it'd be interesting to see. There's just lots of question marks. Okay, so we both owe each other a thing of beer. I guess. I don't know how that works. I
think it just cancels it out.
When everyone wins, nobody wins. Either way, it was fun. I do enjoy doing this every year. So again, next year, as we come into the summer season, we will do this again. I encourage you as listeners to play along with us next year. I'll send out some reminders ahead of time. I'll put it into the Discord for the Patreon supporters and put it out on Twitter and stuff as reminders to say, hey, we're going to do it this year. So get your picks in. We'll probably continue to use the same website, thesummermoviewager.com. Not summermoviewager.com. That's different. Thesummermoviewager.com. It's not the best designed website, I'm not going to lie, but it does do a good job of tracking all these points for you, because there's no way in hell that I was ever going to do that on my own. So highly recommend checking that out. And even just going over to the summermoviewager.com and just seeing kind of how it all works and kind of some of the facts and figures and all that stuff. Anyway, so that's next year, but between now and next year, there's still plenty of stuff to come. So as I mentioned at the top of the show, there is going to be another film club this month for, and it's going to be Donnie Darko. We actually need to do a bonus one because we missed September. So I don't know what I still kind of want to do. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. That's still kind of like I'm still wanting to do that one. So maybe we'll find some time to squeeze that in. We sometimes find time to squeeze in a bonus one around Christmas too. So we'll see if we can get that. And again, apologies to the Patreon subscribers for that. Other than that, I'm going to try to get in a show with Jeremy sometime in the next week or so to do just a regular podcast episode to catch up on the news. There is actually a lot of news. As I mentioned, the Netflix price hikes and the continuing strikes and et cetera, et cetera. There's plenty to talk about on that front, as well as a bunch of weird movies like Father of the Bride that is just truly great movie that I'm not really going to get into talking about it, but I do recommend if you've never seen it, just to go watch some classic Steve Martin. And Martin Short, who doesn't have a huge role in that movie, is very funny. So as if you've been watching Only Murders in the Building, which if you haven't been watching that show, Rachel, I'm looking at you. You need to start watching it.
I know. It's so funny because I started watching it one day, but again, I got distracted and I couldn't focus on it. So I got to restart it.
It's unbelievable how to me, it's like a perfect show.
Okay.
It's smart.
Maybe I'll watch it tomorrow.
Witty. It's got quick jokes. It's got callbacks, long running jokes, really strong performances, and Martin Short and Steve Martin just being they're probably some of the best work they've ever put in.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's really great. So in that vein, my recommendation, if I'm making a recommendation, I don't know. This is not something we normally do, but I'm making a recommendation. Go watch Father of the Bride. I have to see the second one still. So anyway, that, and also, I guess if you're looking for movies that are in the spirit of the season, as I mentioned at the top of the show, Totally Killer on Amazon Prime is a really fun choice. Alrighty then, and I guess on the Star Wars front, we're on a short break until we can think of a good fun bonus episode to do. I feel like there's some ideas that we've talked about over the past, like our favorite Obi-Wan moments that we were going to do before the Obi-Wan happened.
Right.
And,
yes.
And stuff like that. But we still have there's things that we still need to work through on that. We did need a break after covering.
Yes, we did.
Ahsoka. So anyway, stay tuned to the Small Screen Star Wars feed for more on that. Of course, the Twitter at Tower Babblecast, Facebook.com/Tower Babblecast. And we'll be back very soon with more lovely content for Tower Babble. And we'll talk to you soon. Take care.